everyone, just me back and back to a new regular show review. And if you haven't seen this one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next two episodes of season 6 of regular show, and we start with another good one. And it starts with Benson just saying that the garage door is open, and then he closes it, and yeah, it's some kind of one of those illusions. And Pops is coming, but then he ends up running into the garage door because of the whole trick. Which, yeah, they have to get the fire department to come and get him out of it. Get Pops out of the garage door. And of course, Benson is angry, which tells them to go and get another garage door. And Pops actually says that it was his fault that he ran into the garage door and is making Mordecai and Rigby have to go get another one. So he's going with them. And yeah, they go to this really huge house warehouse. And yeah, it is huge inside that they say. And they see that knight that was trapped, that we saw with the whole, when it was rumbling down, when they were getting those badges. And saying that there are tasks, three challenges that they have to go past. And he is willing to go with them as well, which they've been walking for so long that they have to take a break. And then they actually see this bed, which they actually decide to use to ride, and yeah, go through these different parts. And they make it to the first challenge, the first of the challenges, and it has these nuts and bolts, and this keeper as well, which they have to divide the nuts and bolts into a bucket. And yeah, they're dividing the nuts and bolts into a bucket, and they manage to get past the first one, and they go into this toilet area and find this guy that is literally a toilet head, and they have to unclog this toilet, which, yeah, they're having to do it in this dark as well. And yeah, the water is flooding, which they do eventually get it unclogged, and then they have to go through these other challenges as well with these other people, and very interesting looking ones as well. And then they make it to the final challenge, which, yeah, the knight is like, okay, so I might have been wrong. There might have been more than just the ones I mentioned before, but he is pretty certain there is. This is the last challenge, and yeah, we see this knight that's going through, and he gets zapped. So then they got the announcement that the store will be closing, so they have to hurry. And yeah, they managed to make it through by jumping before the laser hit them. And yeah, the bed, of course, gets destroyed. But then they make it to the garage door area. And yeah, that salesman is like, this is the last customer of the day, so go away and go back tomorrow. But again, they did all of those challenges for nothing, or for a reason. And yeah, he ends up getting crushed, which they're of course having to go and save him because he's getting crushed, and making him a deal as well. Which then they see this fire truck and remembered the whole tool that they used to free Pops. And yeah, they managed to use it and managed to save him as well, and making them a deal in whichever one they would want. Which, yeah, they say goodbye to that knight yet again and get the garage door. And yeah, Benson is surprised they managed to put it up themselves and even proving it. And yeah, it just falls apart, even part of the walls as well. And he's like, "Yep, I believe it." Yeah. And then we go to another 22-minute episode. Yeah, a special, which we have those ducks. Yeah, a cool intro as well, which has, again, the name of this cool special. I always loved those whole baby ducks, right? Those whole baby duck like ones where they form into the Power Ranger like kind of battle suit things. It just reminds me of Power Rangers. And yeah, it starts with a narration saying that it just seems like a normal day. And yeah, we see these toys that are being presented. And yeah, we're seeing those cop guys seems like they're not wanting to do this whole toy thing, which yeah, they're being turned they were turned into toys, which yeah, Rigby and Mordecai think they were ripoffs. And yeah, of course get in Benson's food. And Pop says that he was attacked. And yeah, we see this huge bird. And yeah, Benson is like, well, it looks like a job for Mordecai and Rigby. Which of course Skip says that they're gonna have to get some protective armor. And yeah, trying to drive away the bird. But yeah, every attempt that they're doing is not working. And what kind of bird is this? It even shoots out missiles. Like, yeah, that is not a regular bird. And then they have to call the baby ducks. Yep, they call the baby ducks for help. But then we see these two guys, business guys, and are wanting them to sign this toy company contract. And of course, they're like, no, your toys suck. They're ripoffs. And even so, trying to bribe them as well. And then showing these prototypes, and of course, have Mordecai and Rigby. And they're like, these don't even look like us. And of course, they're refusing to sign the contract. And then they say the Gase yet again. And of course, yeah, Vincent is just telling them to sign the contract. But Mordecai and Rigby refuse to sign the contract. And yeah, they press this button in this briefcase. And yeah, that bird turns very, very huge and Robotnik. And yeah, the geese turn into their form, which then the baby ducks and Mordecai and Rigby turn into their form. And yeah, the geese get another upgrade. And yeah, everybody else is getting these cool upgrades as well to be able to form and join into the baby ducks and Mordecai and Rigby. And yeah, Benson's just freaking out. And yeah, really cool, I would just say. And a really cool battle suit for sure. And yeah, them fighting and end up kicking in the air. And those contract guys, toy contract company guys, joined the Gase. And yeah, we see those two guys with, those two astronauts that, with the whole, remember that whole grilled cheese deluxe episode? It was cool to see them again, just in the background. And yeah, them fighting into the moon, literally breaking part of the moon in half and trying to block the attacks and using this guitar to blast the baby duck or the geese. And yeah, it just turns, has this armor with the moon. And yep, those police officers come to help them. And yeah, this other duck as well comes to help them. And yeah, we just see these people just watching the fight going on and being asked these questions. And yeah, the missiles come and yeah, they're riding on the guitar and yeah, parts of their armor is being destroyed and they're being forced to sign the contract, which they have no choice but to sign it. But Benson is actually telling them that they actually taught him something today and they are going to refuse to sign that contract. And yeah, they actually read it and it's like, yeah, apparently it's those gays and those contract guys that are the bad guys. And yeah, the gays actually decide to go and help the baby ducks and Mordecai and Rigby and the others in this really cool form that they make. And of course, the contract guys are trying to work up a deal here. And yeah, they summon this ball and this sword which they cut the contract. And we see this with the land on Earth and yeah, cause the whole Earth to just get shriveled. And yeah, Benson just found that so cool, even if the park did get destroyed. And yeah, the Gase, even though they're going to be swarm enemies to the baby ducks, they just had to come and help them. And yeah, the contract guys are like, you know what? Forget about the toys. What about video games? And they're like, yeah, sure. We don't know how they could do that. Make the bad do bad with the video games. And yeah, to see these different, just different pictures, just different images that they just show at the end of the episode, which are really cool as well. But yeah, really good episodes here. I like to know what y'all think. Let me know. Because next one.